Are you sick of being trolled in Red Dead Online? Are you struggling to kill all of those griefers? And are you absolutely tired of being killed almost instantly in Red Dead Online? Well, glorious people of the interwebs, today I'm going to show you the tips and tricks you need to become nearly invincible in Red Dead Online. This will make you incredibly overpowered and increase your survivability exponentially. Now, I've avoided sharing these tips and tricks on the channel because this can be incredibly abused. And the more and more that I've been encountering trolls lately, it's become obvious that more and more of them are using this particular method to become substantially more powerful than the average player who doesn't experiment with different things in Red Dead Online. So I'm going to be showcasing this for all of you today, and it's going to make you significantly more powerful in Red Dead Online, and in some cases darn near invincible, at least from the point of view of somebody else who's not using this particular method. Now, to be able to do this and get the utmost survivability in the game, you will need to gather some particular resources. Now, I'm going to be showing off a few different tiers of this, but one of the items, if you want to become as powerful as possible and survive as long as possible, you're going to need ginseng. Now, one of the best ways to get this is Alaskan ginseng, which is just above Window Rock, this particular area where you get the rare shotgun in Red Dead Redemption 2 story. Now, if you come right here, there is this little patch of stuff back here, and you're just going to want to pick as much of this as possible. Now, there's a few other locations for ginseng across the map. You want to make sure you get a lot of this, because it's going to cost you 2 of these to be able to craft 1 tonic, along with other things as well. Now, a couple of the other locations for ginseng and other items that you're going to use is going to be right around Valentine. They're all really close together. You can pin these all on your map, and I'll show you what you can acquire at each of these locations, and this will get you pretty much all of the items that we're going to need to craft this material. Now, the next item that you're going to want to get is wild mint. Now, wild mint is going to be used with big game meat to make minty big game meat, and this is going to give you tier 4 fortified cores, which is a massive advantage, especially coupled with everything else that we're going to be showing you today, and you can get this just south of Caliban Sea. This is going to be the best spot to get mint, and then for big game meat, you're just going to kill 2 alligators to get maximum big game meat down here. And you'll be able to get 10 of these incredibly easy, and the only time you really want to use this is if you encounter somebody that's better than you, or you just really want to make sure that you're not going to die. Now, these other markers, you're going to find 1 ginseng per marker. You'll also find like oregano and Indian tobacco in these locations. But definitely, if you're wanting the most ginseng in one spot, you're going to use this Window Rock one. Now, right now, you may not be believing me on how much more survivability you're going to get out of this, but let me tell you, I'm going to be showcasing this with and without all of this and different tiers of it as well, and you'll be stunned at the difference this is going to make. And we're not only going to be using items, we're going to be coupling this with an ability card, and one ability card in particular, and that is going to be Slow and Steady. Now, this card is definitely going to improve your game, especially now that everybody and their mother is using Paint It Black. Now, Slow and Steady is going to turn headshots into body shots, and body shots are going to do less damage as well. So this is going to be huge in your survivability. And headshots, now in a game where headshots are king, especially with auto aim, people are going to be freaking out because they're going to be shooting you in the head up to 10 times and you're not going to die. So what I want to showcase right here is how much damage you'll take with no defensive abilities, no tonics, and no additional food, just a full health core and full bar of health. Now, with the Lancaster repeater, it would take 4 shots to the chest to completely down you. Now, with the bolt action rifle, it would take 2 shots to completely down you. Now, keep in mind, all of these weapons will kill you instantly with a headshot without any of the things we're going to showcase. So, bolt action rifle, 2 to down you. And then with the rolling block or the Carcano, it's going to take 1 shot to down you. So that is going to be what the average player is going to experience for survivability. Now what we're going to showcase is the Minty Big Game Meat, the Special Health Cure. So we have a Fortified Core and Fortified Health Bar. And then we're going to use Slow and Steady as well. So to activate Slow and Steady, we need to use Deadeye. So we need to aim our weapon and activate it. Now the other person is going to shoot us as many times as they can with the Lancaster repeater in the chest until we die. I'll showcase the headshots as well, and it's going to take 10 shots from the Lancaster repeater in the chest, basically right in the neck area, before we're actually down. This is a massive increase in survivability, and most people, unless they're using the same thing as you, will not survive you coming after them. Now, the amazing thing about slow and steady, especially in a game that revolves around headshots, is it reduces the effectiveness of those headshots, and when coupled with the fortified core and the fortified health bar, increases your survivability exponentially. Right now, we are getting continuously shot in the head by the Lancaster repeater with slow and steady activated, and we are going to survive 10 headshots before being killed. That is huge. Now, you might be wondering about something a little bit more powerful. So we're going to use the Minty Big Game Meat and the Special Health Cure to get the Fortified Core and Fortified Health Bar. And we're going to use Slow and Steady and have him shoot at us with the Rolling Block Rifle in the chest 4 times. And we can expect the same results from the head because Slow and Steady will convert those headshots basically into chest shots with the Fortified Health Cure and Bar. And it takes 4 shots from the Rolling Block to kill us. Now, using another popular weapon, the bolt-action rifle, using this method, it's going to take 7 shots to the body before you die. It's going to see similar results with the headshots. I believe it takes 6 headshots using the Deadeye card before you die from the bolt-action rifle. This is a significant increase in survivability. Now, you might be saying, Tag, I don't want to spend all this time farming up all this stuff to become more survivable. Well, I'm not really surprised, so we're going to be showcasing this with the Minty Big Game Meat and the Potent Health Cure Level 2, which you can buy and don't even have to farm it up because most people don't want to do that stuff and they just want to spend all the money that they've glitched. Well, you can use it on the Potent Health Cure 2s, and you're still going to see similar survivability where the bolt-action rifle will take 6 shots instead of 7 to kill you when you have the Deadeye activated as well. That is still a substantial increase in survivability, and you do see diminishing turns with the Potent Level 3, but if you want the utmost survivability, that's what you'll need to use. Now, if you're feeling incredibly lazy and you still want survivability, you can use the Potent Health Cure 2 and still survive up to 5 headshots from the bolt-action rifle using Slow and Steady and the Health Cure 2. Now we can showcase the difference in a combat situation with just the Potent Health Cure Level 2 and the Slow and Steady, walking slowly towards our target who's freely shooting at us, and then we finally decide to start shooting back. Now you can see this in multiple scenarios where our guinea pig here is shooting us in the head and chest with Lamats as we're walking towards them, and just does not stand a chance. This is still the lowest version that you can be using. Couple this with Minty Big Game Meat and the Tier 3, and it's really going to be impossible for the average person to be able to kill you. Now, some of you may be asking, why not use Never Without One to help negate headshots as well? Now, in theory, this does work really well, especially if somebody gets the jump on you and gets a headshot on you before you can activate Slow and Steady. But the issue with Never Without One is twofold. The first part, you're playing in a game with auto-aim where headshots are extremely easy to get. So once your hat is shot off your head, which is going to be extremely quickly, you're going to be taking damage, more damage from all sources once you no longer have a hat on your head. Now this is really bad and negates the benefits of Slow and Steady. Now the second issue with Never Without One is now you have to literally get shot in the hat for this to be useful. They can shoot you just below the hat or in the face, and you're going to die like this card wasn't even equipped. So this is really not a great card to use at all anymore, especially if you're using Slow and Steady, where it's going to negate the damage from headshots anyways. Now, what I do recommend using with Slow and Steady is Peak Condition, because when you activate Slow and Steady, your stamina is pretty much going to always be full anyways. And then you've got the Unblinking Eye, so that your Deadeye drains significantly slower. And then you've got Eye for an Eye, which is going to restore your Deadeye every time you get a headshot on somebody. Now, this is going to make it so that you pretty much never have to come out of Slow and Steady as long as you have targets to shoot, which means you're not going to be getting killed instantly by headshots. You're going to have that increased health. Now, another card that's really great to run with this is maybe not even Eye for an Eye, but if you really want even more survivability, you can swap out either Peak Condition or Eye for an Eye for another ability card, which is Strange Medicine. Now, this is going to allow you to regenerate health every time you deal damage to a target. You can deal damage to an animal, a player, anything that can be dealt damage to will regenerate you health. this, in conjunction with other things, can really make you invincible. If people aren't getting headshots on you, and even with slow and steady activated, a headshot won't outright kill you. As long as you're shooting somebody, you're going to be regenerating the majority of that damage, and it's going to drastically increase your survivability. But I do hope you all enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you have any amendments or things that you would like to change that think might help increase survivability, definitely leave comments down below, as the only way we can become more informed as a community is by communicating. So feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments. I do hope this helped some of you, and I do believe it's going to make you significantly better at surviving trolls and killing them. And it pretty much is going to make you invincible in some instances, at least in the eyes of other players. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.